Right. It's the benevolent, intelligent, excellent, and eloquent Mr. Donnie Wonderful. Welcome everyone back to the Smart Tank Revolution where we always kick out at two. I am flying solo today. I've already introduced myself and I want to get straight into it because I have some banter, some rumors, and it's pretty much far-fetched, really, when we think about it in the grand scheme. So let's get straight to it, right? The elite. This is dealing with the elite and the fact that there's some hints or there's some whispers, word around the campfire is that there's some interest between the elite and the WWE. I'm not sure how this will go, how well this would fare for the Young Bucks, but for Kenny Omega, I can see him being matched up with Seth freaking Rollins. You know, we would all love that. But as the thumbnail shows, if this thing actually happens, the smartest booking decision that anybody can make on the WWE side is Kenny Omega versus AJ Styles, WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. What you guys think of that? Do you guys think that that can be a night one, not main event, but a night one show stealer? You know, no disrespect to Shawn Michaels. I know you're the showstopper. Look, hell, it could be that the night one showstopper or the night two show stealer. So that would have to happen. I think the aesthetics of that match, both of them get paired. They're perfect together. If that happens, if both of them get paired, just Kenny Omega and AJ Styles, I think they've only wrestled, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let me scrape the craters of my brain for this data because if you're new to the channel, everything is off the cuff. You know, I just plug in the microphone and my buddy Joe, my colleague, Mr. Joey Business, we plug in the microphones and we try to go off of memory for everything. But if I'm not mistaken, they've only wrestled. Oh, did they wrestle in Japan? I don't think they wrestled in Japan. I don't think they wrestled in Japan. If they did, I don't think it was in Japan. I know they've had the lock horns maybe maybe once that I can remember. And I'll have to consult the Google machine and the YouTube machine later. But I know, even if they did wrestle, I know they haven't wrestled in the last decade, let alone this one. So we're fresh for this. We are fresh for this, and I guess this centers around the fact that I know Kenny Omega's contract has was extended because of his injury and the time that he took off. But if the rumblings are true and there is interest on both parties going to WWE, um, I just want to go on the record and say that that I guess at first glance I'm kind of against this, but for fantasy booking purposes, let's go all in. I don't think the Young Bucks um, would fare well over in WWE only because they're smaller. They're smaller guys, and um, history shows, you know, like whether it's Vince, you know, we're only a few months into the Paul Levesque era here. So, I mean, Johnny G, Mr. Johnny Wrestling, is probably one of the smallest guys on the roster, and you know he gets booked in some good spots. But you know, I think they're really bathing in reality in terms of having these little guys that's not Rey Mysterio beat these larger giants. So even though it may be we may see some great stuff and some great moves for the young bucks, I just don't I see them jobbing out a lot more than winning anything seriously. And what they lose on the Vince side of things are the length of their matches. No more 25-minute matches with multiple super kicks and multiple near fall or false finishes. I think that would be substituted to the stereotypical 8-minute Raw match. You can't get all that shit in 8 minutes. But for Kenny, um, you know, I think anytime you're a multiple heavyweight champion through multiple promotions, you bring a value over to the WWE side that they didn't create. Kenny Omega has a buzz. And on top of that, he'll beat Kenny Omega. He's not going to be they're not going to throw another name in there. Do you guys remember while we're talking about this, let's go on a little tangent. Do you guys remember back in 1996? Let's jump in the time machine. You guys remember when Vince McMahon was calling Vader the Mastodon? The Mastodon? I At first it was Big Van Vader, and then I guess they just subtracted it all to Vader. But when he got to WWF at the time in 1996, Vince was adamant about calling him the Mastodon. The Mastodon. Ill, ill, ill. That made me sick. Ill, ill. Disgusting. But I think here, I don't think Kenny would have that problem. Kenny Omega is just Kenny Omega with all the hand gestures that he does, and I still don't know what kind of handgun or pistol he's firing at us. But I mean, he shoots a lot of it. And then, just like the thumbnail shows, a match between him and AJ Styles. Woo! Now, now for what it's worth, the promo buildups to this should be really, really mediocre at best. But I think they'll make up with it for with the pure, crisp in-ring work. I think that AJ Styles and Kenny Omega would be today's Michael Jordan versus Kobe Bryant pair matchup. It could be far, but I'm talking about. Okay, let me think about this. I'm gonna stick with it because I've already said it, and like so, we don't edit any of this. You guys, let me know what you feel if you agree with me in the comment section, and we'll engage that. But I'm telling you, like when Kenny Omega can go off the board, with what he does. But I think in a strict training environment, like his matches would mean so much more on the WWE side. They'll encompass a lot of psychology that I think that he's missing now. I guess same thing with the Young Bucks. I think my only issue with the Elite is that a lot of their matches are spot heavy, so it's circusy to me. That's why like I couldn't understand why there was this little friction between the Bucks and FTR. It's apples and oranges. Yes, both, and Joey can attest. My colleague can attest. I'm a huge Bucks fan. I love the Bucks, but let's be real. I mean, when it comes to uh, better tag team wrestling, that's good. FTR is going to win that 10 times out of 10, and for multiple reasons. You know, if you're in a bar fight, are you going to jump off the bar doing a 450 splash? No, I think that they're both teams are great for completely opposite reasons. But even when you put them together, they create good chemistry in the ring. And it's a shame that we didn't get more of that feud. And that was a uh man, AEW dropped the ball on that booking. Damn, AEW dropped the ball on that booking. But with Kenny, I like what they're doing now with the trios championships. But like I said earlier in this video, if there's an opportunity or if there's an inkling of a chance that Kenny Omega goes over to the WWE side, an environment which he's never been before, can you imagine the pairings there? And I mentioned Seth Rollins, of course, because Seth Rollins can fit in any puzzle piece. AJ Styles, oh man. And then like the contrast and never ending. The Lashleys, the Kevin Owens, the Sami Zayns, um, well, I mean, carrying crosses, like you have a plethora of pairings for Kenny Omega that I think that work really well with what he can do, and that will give you a side of Kenny Omega that we've seen before when he was paired with the right opponent. But now I think that we'll see much more because every opponent will be the right opponent. I'm pretty sure that whether it's Vince or Paul will give him the instruction and the direction that he needs to perform, I guess, on their caliber of expectation, which I think would strengthen Omega. Again, no disrespect to what he's doing now. I just think that it's really circusy. I mean, we just watched them do 7 matches with the Lucha Brothers and the Bastard Pack, and it was entertaining. It definitely was. Like it was really athletic. That damn hammer. Everybody, there was 50 million dives, but I can definitely see a lot of that being trimmed off to more classic babyface versus heels. I don't know what he would be booked as, but I can see him working a WWE style to where things will be done meticulously, surgically, and intentionally to get the fans more involved into the character. Where whether he's getting sympathy from selling or whether he's being just a brash, brazen chicken shit heel. There's multiple ways to go. And if this does happen, why not WrestleMania 40, Philadelphia, AJ Styles? AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega. I put a belt on the line. Put a belt on the line. Let's do it. Let's have one of them as the U.S. champion, the other one as the Intercontinental champion. Let this right here be a title unification. You know, book this the same way you did Hogan and Warrior. They're both in the Royal Rumble. There's a spot where they're both there, one on one. Telegraph the hell out of this if it happens again. 'Cause, I guess this is make believe, but like let's do it then. Let's do it in Royal Rumble, and then elimination chamber. Have them both in the elimination chamber. Have them both steal the show at the elimination chamber. Like book a spot where we see that, and then there's only one way to settle this: WrestleMania 40, Intercontinental Champion versus U.S. Champion. Listen, WWE booking department, AEW we know you guys listen to us. We know this. We know this. There's been way too many examples of things that we've said on this show that has manifested itself into the flesh, and I wonder where you guys got that inspiration from. Hmm. I mean, hell, even MJF's Triple B, the big Burberry belt that's brown. Wonder where he got that from. You know, you can scroll back in our archives, look at our videos. We got the photos. We got the files. We got the files. It's right there. So yeah, I just wanted to plug this mic on and just ramble a little bit. I want to take this time out to thank all of our supporters and our new subscribers and our old subscribers. I mean, you guys are all our supporters, and we want to thank you all and encourage you guys to hit that like button. Click that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, we invite you to subscribe. We're close to 900 subscribers. We'll be hitting that 1,000 mark very soon, and we're gonna have buffet of videos for you all to enjoy. Whether you're driving, whether you're in the office, whether you're being insubordinate, we got stuff for all of you. For the casual wrestling fan to the diehard smart marks, the smarks like we are, because we are the know. Anyway, guys, Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave some comments in. We would love to engage with you. And until the next one, take care.